8:32 of the shutdown showdown, and the Speaker of the House says President Trump isn't offering any solutions.
Meanwhile, Florida's two senators meeting with the president about the unfolding crisis in Venezuela. Local 10 DCBR Chief Ross Palumbo live now from the White House with more following it all. Ross.
Well, Laura and Calvin, it wasn't just our two senators from Florida, but Governor DeSantis and Congressman Mario Diaz-Balart meeting here at the White House with the president just a few minutes ago about Venezuela. They're trying to convince the president to put that country on the list of state sponsors of terror. The president currently considering that right now. What they already have managed to do is convince the president to support the leader of the Venezuelan National Assembly, that's Juan Guaido, and of course not support Nicolas Maduro. How are you doing?
Senator Rick Scott and Senator Marco Rubio meeting with the president, urging him to add Venezuela to the list of state sponsors of terror.
Is the president considering putting Venezuela on the state sponsors of terror?
We've encouraged the president today to follow through with what he's already declared, which is that Maduro is illegitimate. The next logical step is to recognize the president of the National Assembly.
All of this after the administration released this video, the vice president speaking directly to protesters fighting for a return to democracy, urging them to keep making their voices heard, backing calls for a new government, calling Nicolas Maduro a dictator with no legitimate claim to power who has never won the presidency in a free and fair election.
Vayan con Dios.
Meanwhile, day 32 of the shutdown, and not only are Democrats and the president not speaking, there are no plans or even invitations for future talks.
She has a standing invitation here anytime she wants to come and anytime she wants to talk to the president.
Today, Senate Republicans are considering the president's proposal to pay for his border wall in exchange for temporary DACA protections. But in the House, Democrats countering with a border security package that has zero wall funding.
And we want the Republicans to take yes for an answer for bills that they have led the way on and negotiated in order to open up government. And then we can find our common ground on how we protect the borders.
And presidential attorney Rudy Giuliani doing cleanup again after his comments saying the president did have conversations about a Trump Tower Moscow deal all the way through the 2016 election.
So anytime during that period, they could have talked about it.
That flying in the face of Trump's own comments since the election.
I have nothing to do with Russia. I have nothing to do with Russia.
Giuliani now saying the president has no recollection of discussions as late as Election Day.
And Rudy Giuliani also making some bizarre reference to audio tapes that he was listening to in response to that now discredited BuzzFeed report. This is the one that claimed that the president instructed his former personal attorney, Michael Cohen, to lie to Congress. When asked, Laura and Calvin, what he was talking about, which tapes were those, Rudy Giuliani once again backtracking, saying there were no tapes, in fact, regarding that incident.
Cohen only days away from speaking before members of Congress. Ross Palumbo live for us. Ross, thanks a lot.